Hey, good morning. Day 44. Got up a little earlier than I have been in the past. Still not early enough. It's about 6:30, and heading out. Feel pretty good. I have still some ongoing foot pains, and I've been having some back spasms, which is not good. Had kind of a rough tent site last night. So hopefully they'll work out. As in particular, as my food bag gets lighter, and yeah, but it's exciting to be in Washington and look forward to charging ahead. There is all sorts of uncertainty about how far I can get in Washington due to fires, but that's not in my control. So I'm going to press forward and charge on for the next few weeks, starting now. Take care. Crossing a rock field underneath a mountain. Done this a couple of times today, and needless to say, it's rocky. But in general, once I get in the woods, the path has been soft again. A lot of tree cutting around here, and I suppose that's a good economic use of the forest. Allows for regrowth and may even mitigate some of the terrible fires that have been going on. Well, the trail's quite overgrown for the last quarter mile or so, and I'm not sure how far it's going to continue. I've had my first major wipe out of the trail, 1,000+ miles. I stepped into a hole, I think it was created by an animal, and did a total face plant and couldn't get up for a few minutes. I just really banged the heck out of myself. So I'm going slower, more carefully. It's just crazy, the terrain. It's been volcanic rock, beautiful dark forest with soft trails, and now this. Look at these pretty flowers here. I don't know what that is. Maybe someone watching the video knows what they are. I would think these seed heads would be quite valuable to the birds. Some of the raspberries are blooming. I've had a few of them. They seem still a ways to go to be fully ripe. And these things, which kind of look like Queen Anne's lace we have in New England, some of them are still flowering depending upon location. This one, of course, is past. And then these flowers here, which is good, pretty. Well, no matter, I've got to press on and try not to face plant again. Well, the forest has really changed here. You can see some Douglas firs, like that super giant one. And the forest floor is covered with different kinds of ferns. There's a different one, and here's the dominant kind, these taller ones. But check this out. These are, I believe they're maples. Could be tulip trees, but wow, just as big as, almost as big as the Douglas firs. All covered with moss. Beautiful. Very beautiful. There's quite a few of them around here too. Yeah, they definitely look like some maple variant. Gotta watch myself. It's a steep darn cliff. Oh well. Washington is filled with massive trees. This one, it's hard to tell in the camera, but it's about 6 feet across. There's others. Down here's another one that is 6+ feet across. It just goes up and up and up like a skyscraper in the forest. And in particular, down at the water, I'm just above this gorgeous creek called Rock Creek. It's like a jungle down there with giant plants, ferns that are 5+ feet tall and leaves that are a foot across. It's just really quite amazing. And many of the trees, in particular the maples, covered with moss. It's really quite enchanting. So I did soak all my clothes. I'm currently pretty wet, which is a good thing because it's kind of warm. And pressing on, I got about 10 miles to go to 10+ miles to what looks like it could be a 10 site. There's nothing marked on Guthook, but it's Trout Creek and it's near a clearing, and people are saying that clearing is a useful tenting area. So that's where I'm aiming. It's about a little after 2, so it'll take me 4 or so hours to get there, and perfect timing. Set up a tent, have dinner, filter some water, eat all of that, and go to bed. And I think I'll have done about 25+ miles, if so. Hey, good evening. It's the end of day 44. I'm camped on one side of this bridge. The Primo 10 sites are on the other side of the bridge, and Primo is because I'm up against a paved road. So there's already been a few cars go by, hopefully not too many more. Yeah, so it's a beautiful river, and did 26 miles today. They were kind of painful. Frankly, I've lost so much weight. The waist belt on the backpack is not really working too well. It's putting all the weight on my shoulders. So I've got to try and eat more protein, so I stop losing so much upper body muscle. Couple other interesting tidbits. Yesterday, walking into, I'm sorry, I get bugs, into wherever I went to, Columbia River Gorge, and I was walking with a lady who was a Nobo from Campo, and she goes, "I haven't seen a bear." And as she and I were talking, there was a bear who was running across the this bike path that we're taking to get into town to Cascade Locks. That's the name of the place. So there was their first bear, just as she said, "I haven't seen a bear." And so that for me was like my 8th bear. Then the next thing, this morning, there were quite a few rabbits on the trail. There's dirt roads going to high tension lines, and there were rabbits everywhere. Even though they're cute as buttons, they're my nemesis at my home garden because they eat my flowers to the ground. And finally, the big news, as I was hiking along, I heard some noise on the side of a hill just as I came around the corner. It was a steep hill going up about 100 feet to the summit. And what do I see? But what I'm pretty sure was a mountain lion, and the head was peering at me. It was kind of a roundish, relatively small head. It stared at me from about 100 feet away up this very steep hill. I didn't feel alarmed. It was so far away, and then it turned. And they're so powerful, it took several leaps up this super steep hill, and it just looked like such an athlete running up the hill to the summit, and then disappeared. And that was the last I saw of it. So didn't get any pictures. It all happened too fast, but happy to see that the mountain lion appropriately acknowledged me as the elf in the forest and left me the heck alone. So all good, and that's the end of the day. So I gotta cooking my meal here. I gotta eat that and then clean up and get to bed and get some rest. Talk to you soon. Hey, good morning. Day 45. I've been on the trail for a little bit. I just wanted to get away from all the campers that were near me. Beautiful, interesting layer of haze behind me. This is like a farm field. There's some barbed wire, so perhaps cows are grazed here. But look at that line of haze. And that's all close to the ground, either right at ground level or perhaps 15 or 20 feet high. Pretty neat. So in any case, day 45, I hope. And probably going to try and do another 25 or so today. I'm about 50 miles from Trout Lake. I just looked it up last night. I didn't realize it was off trail, so I'm going to have to hitch into Trout Lake. I've got a package there. And I've got to recharge and see if I could load some video. So I may end up spending half a day at Trout Lake just taking care of my electrical and video needs. So, but I'm still 2 days away or so. I mean, it might take me 2 days to get to the edge of Trout Lake and then hitchhike in the morning. Talk to you soon. Big. Hey there, it's 6:15. I've tried to represent these flowers through still pictures, but I'm not sure if I've really been able to. I mean, they just go and go and go into the woods. You can be on a high pass and looking down for what must be endless acreage, and they're there. And they have a very strong smell, very strong perfumey type smell. It's not something I'd want bottled up as a perfume, but it's still really nice. Yeah, just look at this hill. It just goes on and on and on. And this has been going on for hours. These flowers were intermittent right through Oregon, but it was only today that I've seen just them extend into the forest for acres and acres as far as the eye can see. Really interesting. It's just amazing. Well, enough of that. I gotta run along to find my tent site. It's one of the things that now that I'm running into quite a few Sobos, all of a sudden there's great competition for tent sites. And I know at the tent site that's in front of me, that's still a mile or so away, has a pile of people. I'm sorry if I'm going over these bumps. Has a pile already camping there. So the thing that I dread the most is having to hike into the night looking for a place to put my tent down. So really hoping this will be the place. It's near a water source, which is not common, and be a great place to get a good night's sleep. I gotta run ahead now. Hey, good morning. I'm at this is day 46. I'm at mile 2206. I did 29 miles yesterday. I'm just panning at this gorgeous lake. So 29 miles yesterday. It was pretty tiring. I do feel a little bit worn out. But the, part of it is trying to get to a tent site and water. So it's not like you stop at 26 miles because that's what you feel like it. You've got to find water and a place to put your tent down. But I had a good night's sleep, didn't set my alarm. I'm going to go only about 23 miles today and camp just outside of the roadway to Trout Lake. So rather than going into Trout Lake, I'm just going to camp outside the town. It's about 15 miles into the town. I'm sorry, I'm like moving around. I get insects all over me. This place is bug fest, but it's gorgeous. And so I'm going to do that and then head in tomorrow morning into Trout Lake, where I'll hopefully do my laundry, recharge batteries, upload videos. Hasn't really been much cell signal at all. I'm blowing mosquitoes off me. Jesus. In any case, but I feel pretty good. I'm more rested. I ate more, and I'm really hyper focused on maintaining my weight and getting more protein into me. Just a couple of weeks before I started the trail, I wasn't heavy, but I had a 33-inch waist. I've got 30-inch pants, and they're falling down. I think I've got like a 28-inch waist now, so I've got to maintain my weight and ideally put on some weight because it's amongst other things, it's impacting my backpack. The belt will only go to 28 inches, so more and more of the weight gets carried not on my hips where they need to be carried, but on my shoulders, which really is problematic. So that's it. That's the update. Pressing on. Easy 23-mile day. Imagine that, 23 miles, and that's easy after my 29-mile day yesterday. So it's going to be a great day. No rain ever here on the PCT. So let's get at it. I've been in a lush forest for several days, and now I'm right up against the edge of a burn area. Not sure where that's heading and how long I'll be in it, but it's just interesting. It's interesting how the sharp lines of demarcation between total destruction and business as usual with the rest of the forest. I think that fire was pretty recent. I'm not seeing a whole lot of regrowth between the trees yet. I was able to scoop half a liter here. I am under assault by mosquitoes. Send help. This is terrible. So beautiful, but so bad with mosquitoes. Yikes. I have not seen snow in Washington, but here's some. A little bit of a snowbank next to flowers. Very nice. And I gotta keep moving. Oh my heavens. These bugs. I have a bug net, but it's not on. But it's nestled deep, safely put away in my pack. And I don't want to stop to get it out because it's going to hurt too much. Well, and here's some more snow. Interesting. I'm thinking it's kind of late July. Pretty impressive. Hey there, just an update. Every day I do my laundry. I usually try and find a stream, wash my underwear, my rags, my liners, my Injinji 5-toe socks, and I soak out the rags and I put them wet in a side pocket, and then I hang my Injinji socks and my underwear to dry in the back. As far as the darn tough wool socks, I beat them against a rock or a tree to get as much dust out of them as can, and then put them in a side pocket. And normally I do that in the morning, but there's so many mosquitoes around, I waited till just after lunchtime. We'll see how dry they get. I mean, they're never completely clean, but I just kind of rotate back and forth. I only have 2 pairs of underwear. I think I have 3 pairs of Injinjis, but right now I'm just rotating back and forth between the same 2 pairs. It's worked out okay. And if you're wondering about this shirt, I do not wash it as much, but if it's a warm day and I find a clear stream, then I'll immerse it, shake it around, get the sweat off of it. It does get absolutely crusty after a few days. And for my pants, which are down here, I only wash them when I do laundry, and I think that's been, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. So then I have a sleep shirt, and the sleep shirt only goes in with the laundry. It's been a 2-week plus thing, and it's kind of stinky, just like this shirt I'm wearing. But both of them are from Patagonia, and they have the so-called polygene, which is something that inhibits smell, and boy, it does work pretty well. So if you have a choice of buying these stink inhibitors on your shirts and clothes, I think it's probably worth it if you're going to be out here for days on end. Her Majesty the Douglas fir. This one's got to be 6 or 8 feet, or 6 or 7 feet anyways, but I get dizzy. I can't even show you how high it is. It just disappears. It's so big. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's my heavy backpack. And there's the tree trunk. Hey there, end of day 46. I'm in Trout Lake. I came in, I got a hitch. I think the second car that went by, very nice person. I'm being attacked by a dog. Get away, doggy. Dang dog. But sorry about that. I'm in the person's house named Joanna, and I'm renting some space for my tent in the backyard. But which is no better than the trail. It's hotter here. But I got a shower and a shave, and my laundry is on the drying on a clothesline right now. So today was actually a pretty good day. I slept a little bit later this morning. Didn't set my alarm clock. I've been trying to manage my phone battery better, which has been running low. So I just woke up when I woke up, which is around 5:30. Hit the trail, did about 24 miles. They were pretty easy. The trail was pretty dang flattish until the end, where I had some steep sections, but it was also pretty soft, which I love, because my right foot in particular still hasn't recovered from the lava fields, and it's been hurting like crap. But no matter, it's much better right now. And so I'm going to sleep here. I'm going to try and load some videos. I may end up spending another night here just so I can load these dang videos. So, but that's okay. I don't mind doing that. I like kind of documenting it. And otherwise, if I don't load them up after a few days, I forget. You know, I can't tell one day from the other. So I'm going to work on that right now. Talk to you soon.